Hi, this is Peter Darts Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing your astrology reading here for Libra. So this is for Libra, April 2020, Libra, April 2020. So, first thing, Libra, now, as usual, you always like things just to be just so. Everything's got to be in its little neat boxes. But I do get the feeling, some of you now, as you're getting older, you seem to be getting a little bit wiser and you're kind of mellowing out a little bit, but you're still who you are. And I feel as though those at the beginning of your star sign, I feel as though your temperament's sort of getting a little bit better. But those are born at the latter end, I feel as though you are still a bit of a warrior. So another thing, sort of, the older you get in your star sign, or the forward you become, it's like the more sort of prone you are to sort of picking up these concerns that you do have. But as usual, most of the time it's unfounded. It's just your natural way. So I'm not going to tell you to change. It's who you are. But I just feel so. But you do need to start to think. These worries and concerns and this kind of temperament that you have does hold you back tremendously, because I feel so as you're looking backwards a lot, some of you could have connected with certain people and it could have worked out quite fine if you would have just taken that chance. And I feel as though this is what it's all about. And interesting enough, some of you are going to be thinking about the past, and some of you will be thinking about the past as sort of a way of changing, moving forward, not connecting with the past, but just sort of seeing what you've done wrong, how you're going to move forward, how you're going to make changes to sort of better yourself, so you can grasp the new things coming your way. And that is a really good thing to do, and especially with us being in a new decade and a new sort of era gradually creeping in for us, it is a great time for you to do this, to do a bit of self-reflecting. I think it's wonderful to do it. But some of you, especially those who are single, could be thinking about going back to a past relationship. And I'm not saying it's wrong to do that, but I just think you've just got to make sure, is it truly what you want? In some cases it can be, but I just feel so in some cases it can be a bit complicated. So it all depends what's going on the other person. But even the complications doesn't mean it can't happen. It's just whether you can handle it. In other words, you've got to think you're going to go back to that person, you're going to stir things up again, all those emotions, and it would be very, very cruel if you were to sort of not follow through again. So it just feels like you just got to think very, very carefully what you're doing. But I think if you can embrace it, I think it'd be wonderful, because it just feels though it's time for your life to move forward. Even if it's going backwards, going backwards can still be moving forward, because it means you're ready. But you've got to decide, are you truly, truly ready? Now, don't get me wrong, one or two of you will be looking for new, complete, fresh starts, and I think that's a good thing too. But I just feel as though, just take your time, don't rush into things, but don't shy away neither, because you're ready to move forward, you're ready to embrace a new beginning, and it's all there now in your capable hands. You've got to look at your life now moving forward like the world is in your hands, and it's there to grasp, it's there to take. And I just feel as though, don't worry about what's happened in the past. Sometimes it's like you haven't been ready, or they haven't been ready for you, or the world hasn't been ready for you. But I feel like now you're ready for the world. So it's time to open up now and embrace, and let's see where life takes you. Now, when it comes to relationships, like I say, I've touched on it there a little bit, but for those of you that are single, I just feel as though you need to make sure now you're connected with the right person. You need somebody who can understand you, get you, and guide you, but likes your little quirky ways. And I feel as though somebody is out there to sort of embrace that with you. Somebody who's got the strength to take on things where you can just sit in the background, quietly worry, let your partner get on with it, and as it all unfolds nicely, you're thinking great. But then when things don't always work out, he's always there to say, well, you know what, we had to go and that's it. We pick ourselves, dust ourselves up, and we move on. You need that kind of strength of character around you to guide you through. So you don't want somebody who's too weak-minded. You need somebody with a strength of character, but you need somebody with a bit of a sensitive side as well. And I feel as though as you connect with that balance, I feel as though you'll find that relationship very positive, very nurturing, and really work quite nicely for you. And I'm not going to go on sort of those of you who are attached, because I've already kind of touched on it in the beginning. But like I say, those of you who are sort of looking to move forward now, going back to past relationships, this is what it's all about. And for those of you that are attached, I just feel as though just have a little bit of understanding for your better half, who I feel so sometimes has to deal with quite a bit with yourself, but they're always there because they've got that will to do it with you, to will to see everything through with you, no matter what you're thinking and feeling. It's almost like they're your rock, so to speak. And I just think that's good, and you can completely rely on them. But I do feel as though one or two of you sort of sitting in the middle of your star sign, I just feel as though you could be feeling on edge. It's almost like you're looking as if to say, do you know what, you rushed into things in the past and you don't feel happy and settled where you're at. So you may be thinking about a change. This is not going to be for everybody, just one or two of you, and it's like you haven't quite chosen wisely. So go back to what I said before, where you need that right kind of personality for you to connect with. So go out there and get it and make a change, and you will feel better for it. Okay, now when it comes to careers, I just feel as though it is a good time to do a little bit of analysing, and I feel so anything to do with sort of where I feel as though you can sort of connect sort of with people, where I feel so you can help bring a bit of balance and structure in their lives. I just feel so perhaps in a profession, I feel so you could be quite good at that because you know what sort of structure you need and you can sort of help implement that. But I just feel that there's many things you could connect with to do with caring, helping and guiding, but you've just got to learn to switch off a little bit. You know, when you go home, you can't keep carrying the burden around with you, so otherwise it'll drain your energy. But it just feels though, you know, there are some good possibility of changes around you, and all you've got to do now is just get out there, connect with them and embrace them. Quite a few of you will be settled where you're at, and that's good. And if you are settled, why rock the boat? Just keep doing what you're doing, and maybe just perhaps try and move up a little bit if that's what you're wanting. But I just feel as though everything seems to be fine. Okay, and then I feel so when it comes to family, I just feel as though I've got a few sort of ups and downs with family. I feel as though I've got you trying to be there, trying to balance things out a little bit with them. But remember, you can't fix everybody's problems. They've got to sort their own out. Okay, when it comes to health, keep an eye on some tension headaches, watch your sleep patterns, and keep an eye out with your eyes, as if to say, do you need to be wearing glasses or something? Or if you do wear glasses, then maybe they need to change, they need updating a little bit. So go and have a look at that a little bit. And just keep an eye on your feet as well. It's like you're on your feet a lot. But other than that, you're generally fine. Okay, and when it comes to finances, I just feel as though finances could just do a bit of tidying over a little bit. So just look at where you're at. Are you on track for the future where you need to be? You know, check out sort of anything big that you're paying off. Are you okay with it? Are you on track to pay, whether it be the mortgage, car finance, or whatever it may be? Some of you as well may be thinking about extending credit and borrowing, and I just feel as though that's fine, but I would put it off until all this mess has calmed down in the world, because I feel as if you may be fine today, and if it isn't tomorrow, then you've caused yourself a bit of a problem, and you don't like worrying. So try and put borrowing money off for at least another 2 or 3 months if things have settled, and then you'll be in the right position in your life to do it. I'm not worrying about the money as such, or the borrowing. It's just the position of the timing of it. So just watch that a little bit, okay? And then I feel so as you start to move forward, I've got you sort of looking at your home. Some of you can want a bit more space around you, and I can see sort of thinking about house moves. And I feel like sort of early next year will be the right time for you to really push those thoughts and ideas forward. But in the meantime, though, you could get your house ready for that move and just plan it and see where you'd like to be going, and keep an eye out there on what's going on with prices, whether it be rental or purchasing. But I just feel so feels like a good thing to do, this move. It's like it creates a new fresh start, a new beginning, draws a line under things. And also one or two of you could be somebody moving in with you, and that causes a change. But I just feel so embrace it with vigor and passion, and I just think it could really work out for you. But again, make sure whoever's moving in with you has got that right personality to balance you out, and that's what it's all about. But I just feel so don't worry about things too much. Everything will unfold quite nicely. It's like life's moving forward in a nice way for you. You can't quite see it yet, but it's just there, right in front of you. So overall, that's good. For those of you who've got children, I've got them sort of leaning on you a little bit at the moment, and I just feel so try and do what you can for them. But I just feel so try not to lose your temper with them neither, because it's like they're feeling a bit, excuse me, they're feeling a bit frustrated at the moment. You don't like pressure being put upon you. So just try and look at it in a calm, logical way. And then as you do that, you'll get the balance right with them. And that will be good. So overall, not a bad time for you. It's almost like I feel so it's exciting times now moving forward, some exciting changes coming up, and you've just got to be there now, ready to kind of embrace it all now with a bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of passion and a bit of vigorism. But don't shy away from making these difficult choices between the past, the present and the future. And then as you do that, you'll start to make headway and you'll find things will come together quite nicely for you. So the whole year is going to be quite interesting for you, but just keep things balanced and checked this month, and then I feel so you should be feeling great. So hope you've enjoyed that, hope it's made sense to you, and I wish you well and wish you success and stay safe. Thank you very much. Bye bye.